evening, whatever it is for you. I hope you are having a bloody fantastic day so far. For the past half an hour I've just been sitting here a little bit frustrated, and there is a very slight chance that there might be some nice light coming through, but yeah, it's not looking too promising, unfortunately, which is a real bust. So ultimately, this is kind of the side that no one really wants to see of landscape photography, let's be honest, but I think it's an important part. You can't always think that it's going to be sunshine and rainbows. I mean, there's definitely still potential, but not much of it. Not much at all. So yeah, I've come out to Box Beach, just on the Port Stephens coastline. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm currently looking out towards Fingal Spit, going out to Shark Island, and yeah, I really had high hopes, must admit, just setting myself up real quick. Yeah, I had high hopes, but this is not looking too promising. So I had a market store yesterday, and unfortunately I didn't get myself up for sunrise, and I was really excited for it. I planned for it in advance, and it just never really evolved. So I had one alarm on for 3:50 AM, and then the other two were 4 and 4:05. Unfortunately, the last two were for PM, not for AM, so that royally ruined me. Yeah, it evolved into an absolutely gorgeous sunrise, and I was kicking myself. It's one of those things where it is a little bit frustrating, but you just have to kind of deal with it. You have to be able to get over it and just, you know, move on, because these things do happen. Yeah, I really did hope that today was going to evolve. Really did. Had a lot of potential. Nothing really came. But yeah, I think it really is quite important to take this on board and just note it, because so often you may think that going out shooting landscapes, it's always going to be beautiful, it's always going to be, like, you know, perfect, that's all you see. But you don't really see the other side of it, and sometimes I think that it's, yeah, quite valuable to just recognize that you're not always going to be getting the shots. You've just got to be able to deal with it. That's pretty much the biggest part, like chasing the unpredictability of nature. You know, you're not always going to have success. That's probably, yeah, the biggest thing that I can really, I guess, note and put forward. But it's a remarkable environment either way. Like, I really believe that you've got to just take the time to actually really take in all that does surround you, whether the light is going to be as great as you would have liked it to have or not. It is whatever it is. You've just got to take it for that and really be able to keep yourself positive and committed, because it is going to happen. Like, it really is. So yesterday was my 8th sunrise that I'd missed this year. It's currently September, so it's about one a month. The funny thing was, someone said to me something that was extremely valuable yesterday, and it really did help me, and that was, why do you only count the ones that you missed? I wish I could tell you, but I really honestly think that it's based around, you know, how I perceive my work, and it's kind of, it's a bit of a negative perspective, and I think I understand how detrimental that can be. So really analysing that, especially because I did have a market store yesterday, you know, I want to be able to provide that positive energy. I want to be able to reinforce what my images are actually presenting and really be able to, I guess, connect that enthusiasm that I have for my craft with what is being presented on display. So I really needed to get myself in that positive place, and sometimes it can be difficult, especially when, you know, what you love is also something that can lead you to feeling just a little bit frustrated with yourself. So I really believe that you've just got to take it on board and really take the positives away from everything. Don't, like I always say that, you know, I'm trying to keep myself very optimistic, always being positive, but the reality is there's some elements that still slip through, and you've just got to really analyze them and take note of it and really see where you can actually build yourself up so that you're able to put yourself in the best position. This is intense. So as you can see, I'm in like the perfect position. This is where I was going to come yesterday morning too, and it was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I even put a call out on social media saying, you know, it's going to be a bloody beautiful sunrise. I'm going to go chase it before my market store, but come say good day at my markets. Yeah. It didn't all go to plan. I mean, I got to my markets, but I didn't get to the sunrise. And there was like 94% high cloud, so I knew it had potential. There was probably about, I'd say a 60% chance that it was going to burn, maybe a 50 or a 40, maybe 30. It was pretty dense, but seeing it actually evolve from those around me who actually did get to witness it, I was really kicking myself. But as I said, you do need to keep positive. You need to be able to reinforce that positivity within yourself and keep it on board. Actually appreciate the experiences, appreciate the environments, take away the best parts of it. Don't focus on the negative side. And sometimes I recognize that it really can be quite difficult, but I think that some of the most difficult things are incredibly valuable. So really, so I would have had a better chance catching fish than fire this morning. But it's always worth it. It really is. You got to go through this to really appreciate when it does evolve, when the sky does catch fire, when it does burn, catch light, begin to display something that is going to blow your mind. It's all just something that you can learn from, more so than anything, and I really, really thoroughly believe it. It's incredibly important to take note of. I'm just waiting for one big set to come through. Hopefully I'm going to get one more shot with this composition setup that I have here. Water has once just come over this little kind of area of rock that I've really set myself up behind. It's not the greatest shot, it's not the worst shot. It's nice if it does evolve, but yeah, it's definitely nothing major. but I'd like to at least have something to show for it. There was the one time that it came over, I thought I'd press my shutter and apparently it didn't actually take the images, so I was pretty pissed. Bit of an understatement, but yeah, I was very frustrated. Yeah, it's what it is. This is just one of those things where you do have to deal with it. I really believe that when it comes down to it, if you are only chasing the greatest moments, you're going to get let down, and really you're not going to be truly fulfilled. You're not going to actually get the most out of the experiences. I really think that you've got to go out there and just appreciate the moments that you do capture, whether you are out there to capture it on your phone or a camera. No matter what level you're at, if you're at the top level, you've always got to keep it in mind that you're out there for a reason. You began this journey probably to get more in touch with nature, to go out and explore and adventure, and I really think you've got to keep that in your scope. You've got to remind yourself of it. You've got to actually be able to truly appreciate what does surround you, not get so caught up about getting the shot, because I'm a culprit of it too, like 100%. Ooh, here's a set, here's a set. Finally caught one on the last wave of the set. It wasn't as great as the first one, but it'll do. I'm glad that I actually got something. There was a little bit of flow coming through. It just added this extra level of dynamism, like it really created the image. So yeah, I wanted to have that kind of rugged aspect of the environment encapsulated within some of the different elements as well, because I think there's so much on offer here and it's hard to actually capture all of it. So you've got to be able to really, like, taking note and really training your eye to actually see everything in front of you and know what you want to capture. Something that is an incredibly difficult skill to master, and I don't think you ever really, do, because everything's ever changing. You know what you want in your mind, but it's about actually scoping it out, going out there and consistently training yourself for it, because it's never going to be the same twice. I think you've always got to keep that in mind. Like, although you may go to a similar spot, the environments are ever evolving. Like, they're never going to be the same twice half the time. So there's so much to take on board that you've really just got to be able to put yourself in that position where you know what you really are after, or you go out there and you're able to really just take it all in and then pick out bits and pieces that you really want to idolize on, because you can't always capture all of it. Because if you're trying to capture everything, sometimes you end up, some people would say you capture nothing, but you definitely capture something, but it may not be as powerful as if you just kind of focused specifically on one kind of feature or environmental kind of aspect that you really want to focus on and capturing all of its entirety. Very important, it really is. I think that'll do me, unfortunately. Well, it's not unfortunate. I'm gonna stay positive 100%, like 1000%. I want you to take note of this. That it isn't all sunshine and rainbows, but it's always worth getting out there, getting amongst it, and taking positivity away from it. Because it really is a very positive experience. When you are going out there and actually being able to witness something like this, that's something that, a very small portion of the world is actually doing, like 1%, maybe 5%. 2% will do. But you've just got to really appreciate it. Be proud of yourself for making that effort. Even though you may not have in the past, you're here for now, and you can make the most of that experience. That's probably where I'm going to leave it, but, ooh, there's another set. Ooh. I appreciate your time, and I will most definitely catch you on the flip side.